you know? But I really believe that, especially the idea that people who don't fit in, like those people are really valuable in the culture because they're the people who are going to move us forward.
Yep.
Because they see stuff that's differently. So we just can't afford to lose those people, you know, especially right about now. It's a time we really need people to think differently. So, yeah, that's what that song's for.
It's very well crafted.
Oh, thank you. I tell you what, I've loved the hip hop thing. And I was thinking as I was singing that, I would bet possibly that I might possibly, I don't know, it's an illustrious group of people. And so many of them have been here, but it's possible I could have been the first person to quote MC Hammer on Horses Sing None of It. A bust a move thing. Yeah. I think it's possible. I'm not sure. I'm not going to say for sure that that's true, but I think it's true. It's possible.
We had John Brahman, who was the ukulele hip-hop master.
Really? Oh my gosh. Did by himself or did he have an MC?
No, just him.
Just him?
Yeah.
What was that like, Ralph?
It was great.
What was hip-hop about it?
The songs and the rhythms.
And the ukulele was hip-hop-ish?
Yep.
Wow. Can I just say that I think probably that's a very small genre in the record store?
Yes.
Like one record in that little section. Yeah. It's like Afro-Celtic. There's a whole Afro-Celtic thing. I was like, whoa, how did that happen? I'm in tune.
You look like you're ready for something.
Well, I would like to play this other song, if you don't mind.
I don't mind at all.
Okay. So this is a song about this caterpillar in my backyard. His name is Marvin. And he turned into a butterfly, and he was like totally upset about that because he had not been planning on that. And he woke up and he was a butterfly, and he was completely clueless and sort of frustrated, actually. And so this song, I wanted to call it Transformation is rhymes with rich, but I didn't because I want to be able to come on shows like yours. So instead I called it Marvin, the Ballad of the Reluctant Grand-Spangled Fritillary, which is an actual butterfly type, Grand-Spangled Fritillary. I had a very enjoyable afternoon reading through Alison Gessling's Butterfly Handbook. And so here's a couple interesting ideas because, again, our culture's in this big transformation, right? It has to. We have to transform, and it's awkward. And so here's two really interesting butterfly facts. I think they're interesting. One is that some caterpillars, they don't make a chrysalis. The chrysalis is their most inner layer of skin. And the way they activate the process of transformation is they shed, and they shed, and they shed. And when that inner layer of skin is exposed to the air, it hardens. And that's the chrysalis. Metaphysically, metaphorically, I think it's so interesting, the idea that we carry our chrysalis inside of us and that we activate transformation through the action of letting go of stuff, you know, whatever it might be, our image of ourselves or whatever we might have to let go of. And then the other really interesting thing, which is can I tell you something, Ralph?
Yes, please.
I'm actually completely a nerd. I love science. I'm a complete nerd. This whole artist thing is just a front for my deep nerdhood. I hope you don't mind me being on your show still. But so check this out. Some caterpillars, well, no, all of them. So you're a caterpillar, right? And you have a body and you have lungs and you have a heart and you have a brain and all that stuff and you're functioning. And then you go into your chrysalis, you melt down to goop, to the molecular level. No part carries through in this process. There's this part in the middle of the transformation process where there's no organs or anything. And then it all reforms and becomes a butterfly. So my question is, how does it stay alive while it's goop? How is it that it's alive when it's goop? You know what I'm saying? And I don't know about you. About myself personally, I've just come out of a big goop phase. So this is the Ballad of Marvin, the Reluctant Grand-Spangled Fritillary. I was minding my own business. Not that I really have a lot of business to mind. It was Tuesday and I was out in the garden, just eating leaves, enjoying the sunshine. And then all of a sudden, and not really for any particular reason, I started feeling so ill at ease. Now the season for molting, that was weeks ago. Oh no, what if I have a really bad caterpillar disease? So I decide, I'm gonna go find Edith. Edith is bossy, but she always knows what's going on. I looked high, I looked low, I looked everywhere I could think of, but Edith was gone. now I'm sick and I'm worried and frankly, slightly nauseous. I look for a spot I could go lie down. I stick my poor back feet right there on that shady branch and I let my head hang down towards the ground. And maybe I was just dreaming. Could be my imagination, but a voice just kept on repeating. These are the blues of transformation. It got worse. So I started shedding. No, I mean really on and on and on. Like every single bit of skin I'd ever known and been slightly fond of, Ralph, every single stitch of it was gone. And it turns out that my inner child is chartreuse bright green. I am mortified. I haven't had this bad a day since I was a larva. I know you know just what I mean. And then my skin, it starts to harden and tighten, and I'm just feeling so trapped. If anybody ever tells you they enjoyed the cocoon, I suggest you do not believe that. Because that, my friends, is right about the time the whole thing starts to get weird. I start to fall apart. I know, we've all had our own little breakdowns, but listen, I got no brains, no lungs, and no heart. And maybe I was just dreaming. Could be my imagination, but a voice just kept on repeating. These are the blues of transformation. I woke up. I was trapped. I was in the dark and I was all alone. I told myself, as soon as I get myself out of here, I am going straight directly back home. So I look for a way out, and there isn't one. I have no idea what I should do. It looks like the only way I'm ever gonna get myself out of here is just put my head down and go straight through. So I push, and I pull, and I crush, and I cry, and I bite, and I scream, and I moan, and I complain, and I cry, and I moan, and I curse, and I moan, and I cry, and I complain, and I push, and I push, and I push, and I'm out. Hey, I'm still right here in the garden. Something is strange. There's something sticking up out of my back. Oh no, not wings. And I stretched my legs. Hey, what happened to my legs? I had 16 of them and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 of them are gone. Well, one thing I can tell right away is I'm gonna have to find some new way of holding on. Right then a voice says, Marvin. Is that you, Marvin? What a beautiful proboscis you've got. And your wings, they're magnificent. Who would have thought, but Marvin, I've got to say it, you are hot. Edith? Is that you, Edith? Well, goodness gracious, Edith, what happened to you? And she says, I am a butterfly now, Marvin, and you are too. No, you have not been dreaming. It's not your imagination. It's been me all along repeating. These are the